What's happening? Hey, listen. Showed up at the gym early this morning. 2 hours too early. I should have checked my time, right? Anyway, spent a little time talking to a fella, and I just want to do a quick video about why the ketogenic diet doesn't work for everyone. Number one, I want you to understand that I do believe in the ketogenic diet. I do believe that's the way God created our bodies to operate. I believe God created us to burn fat as fuel. There's so much scientific evidence to back that up. It is overwhelming. However, a lot of times certain people don't want that out, because if we get our bodies operating the right way, we are not going to need certain medications, metformin, statin drugs, cholesterol lowering statins like we talked about, thyroid medicines. And so we've seen our by design clients get rid of those medications in under 90 days. But let's talk about the ketogenic diet and why the by design diet isn't traditional ketogenic. The first thing is the traditional ketogenic diet is going to tell you to consume about 75% of your calories by way of fat. Now, if you're looking for extreme quick weight loss any kind of way you can, that's cool. But what I'm looking for with my clients is I'm looking for the balance of retaining the most amount of muscle, all the muscle, with losing body fat, because we need our muscle, right? We need muscle. Muscle is important to do what? It's important to keep our skeleton in shape. In other words, if my lower back is weak, then what's going to happen? If the muscles around my lower back get really, really weak, the spine is going to begin to twist and turn, and I get what they call bulging and herniated disc. But if I keep my core strong, so that being said, I want to retain as much muscle as possible. You know, it's possible for you to be on a ketogenic diet and not lose weight. It's possible for you to be in ketosis and gain weight. And that's what I try to emphasize to people, that, we're like snowflakes. We're all different. I got some people that I can get into ketosis taking in 60 to 70 carbs a day. And then I got other people that if they have 10 carbs, they're not going to be in ketosis. I'm one of those people. If I consume 20 or 30 carbs in one day, it is going to take me a good 3 to 4 days to get back into ketosis. Why? I don't know. It's because we're snowflakes. We're different. That's the reason the coaching is so important. You need somebody to help you navigate the bad information and figure out those macronutrients for you. 3 macronutrients: protein, fat, and carbohydrates. The only one of those macronutrients that are unessential, that you can live completely without, is the carbohydrates. You do not need carbohydrates in order for your body to function. I got my bone broth here. Anyway, so let's talk about some of the reasons why the ketogenic diet doesn't work for certain people. And please understand, by design is not ketogenic. By design is all about how you were created to metabolize food. One person may be created to metabolize food one way. Another person's lived a certain lifestyle and he's metabolizing food a different way, him or her. So what we have to do is we have to figure out the sweet spot. That sweet spot of macronutrients. Your body is going to adjust what you're doing, and we're going to have to make some changes. The other thing is listen, if you don't go into this right, you jump straight into ketosis and you wheel your way through it, your body's going to get stressed. Your body's going to release cortisol. And when that happens, you're going to enter a catabolic state and nothing is going to happen. You're not going to lose any weight because your body is in panic mode. So you have to ease your way into it. That's what the by design plans do. I start you off, some people having 100, 150 carbohydrates a day, and we adjust that slowly, detoxing you off the sugar, making sure your metabolism's firing at all levels, and we slowly back that down. And then it also allows your hormones to get lined up, the ghrelin and the leptin, the 2 hunger hormones. The leptin tells you when you're full, ghrelin tells you when it's time to eat. The other thing is all of these keto YouTube channels using almond flour and coconut flour, all of these keto products. Slim Fast come out with a bunch of keto products, full of maltodextrin and other genetically modified fillers and all this stuff. Let me tell you something. You cannot lose weight eating this stuff. You will not get into ketosis. A popular thing, you look at the Atkins bars and they're so-called keto, right? Let me tell you something. Sugar alcohols affect your sugar level, spiking an insulin response just like sugar does. I promise you. So the sugar-free gum, the Atkins bars, the Quest bars, full of sugar alcohols. If they got a whole bunch of sugar, if they got a couple in there, ain't no big deal. But when you're looking at that 40 grams of carbohydrates and 12 grams of added fiber, and then 10 grams, and then they come up with 10 grams of sugar alcohol, and then they come up with this net carbohydrates. Let me tell you, it doesn't work. You're not going to lose weight. Yes, initially, you cut out most of the bad food. Your body's going to dump the water. You're going to be excited. 30 days in, you've lost 20 pounds. Man, I'm on the ketogenic diet. If you're eating coconut flour, if you're eating almond flour, you're not going to have long-term success. I mean, it's real simple. Eat foods described by one word. Chicken, squash, broccoli, cauliflower. Now, what happens now, if I was to find some Jesus wheat made in Jesus' day, you can't find it anymore. It's been genetically modified so much you just can't find it anymore. But if I were to find some, let me ask you a question. I could stone ground that, make me some bread and eat it, and it wouldn't have much of an impact on my sugar. Unfortunately, I can't find it. Now, if I was to take that same Jesus wheat and pulverize it into baby powder type consistency like flour is today, let me tell you what would happen. It would get into my intestines. It would absorb quickly, causing a spike in my blood sugar, causing my pancreas to release insulin in response to that, bringing my blood sugar down, and the insulin telling my body to do what? Store fat. So that's the reason the coconut flour and the almond flour doesn't work. Yeah, it may work up front. You may lose a little bit of weight, drop a little bit of water weight, but long term, you cannot eat these ketogenic desserts. They did a study. They took some aspartame and they took some sugar. They put the sugar in somebody's mouth, switched it around, they spit it out. Guess what? Their body released insulin in response to the taste. Same thing happened with aspartame. Yeah, go check that out. The other thing that can happen is you can end up with a vitamin and a mineral deficiency because you're either not supplementing properly or you're not getting enough veggies. The issue there is if you're extremely carb sensitive, too much veggies will kick you out of ketosis. I got about 40 clients I coach, 40 to 50. I got about 10 of them cycling a carnivore plan, 5 days a week. Some of them stay on it. They don't have any carbohydrates for 5 days a week. Then they have light carb. That's the only way they're going to lose weight. They're like I am. If they have a couple of carbohydrates, their sugar is going to go up, their insulin is going to spike. And you say, that sounds too hard. It's really not. When you get adjusted, those hormones get in line and you're not going to want the food anymore. The way to handle that is get you a good species nutrition. Get with me. I can sell them to you cheaper than you can get them off the species website. About the same price you can get them off Amazon, and it supports me, helps me keep helping other people. So the other thing you can do is get you some bone broth, put you half a teaspoon of pink salt, put you a third of a tablespoon of butter, season it up a little bit, and drink it. You're getting all your 94 different minerals. And you're keeping those minerals in, because if you get mineral or vitamin deficiency, like vitamin, you get sick. Your body gets into a catabolic state, cortisol released, everything. The other thing is sometimes, depending on that sweet spot, you may not be getting enough fat. Yeah, if you don't, you got to have the right amount of fat. If you have too much fat, your body's going to burn the consumed fat and not burn the body fat. But if you don't have enough fat, everything works just the opposite. The other thing is you not get enough fiber. If I'm not pooping once or twice a day, that means those toxins are laying into my colon. They're releasing back into my system, causing havoc, causing sickness, causing all kind of problems. So you've got to have it. Listen, I sell a great product called Fiberlize. It has 2 types of fibers in it. It has a psyllium husk fiber that's not going to digest. It's going to get in that colon and going to clean you out. Then I got a soluble fiber that actually detoxes the body. So you need to be pooping once or twice a day. Some of the people that I have, not only do I have to put them on Fiberlize, I had to put them on other fiber. I had to put them on sugar-free fiber gummies. I had to do all kind of things because your body has reached a state of homeostasis where pooping twice a week is normal. Let me tell you something. It may be normal now, but 5 years from now when you got colon cancer, it's not going to be normal. You got to poop every day. Anyway. The occasional cheating. Man, you can't do that. You can't do that. I know trick or treat just happened. I know some of y'all fell off the wagon. Get back on the wagon. Stop cheating. Buying the Splenda and stevia at Walmart that's bound with a maltodextrin. Maltodextrin has the highest glycemic index, affects your blood sugar more than any product out there. When you buy all of these vitamins that are filled with this garbage, yeah, they put it in vitamins. When you buy the protein powders, it has this on there. When you flip that protein powder over and it's got 70 or 80 ingredients, let me tell you something. It's not any good for you. By Design protein has about 7 or 8 ingredients depending on whether it's vanilla, chocolate peanut butter, or peanut butter. The other good protein shakes to have would be Isopure Quest. They're really good and clean. Not as clean as By Design. And if you're going to buy something in a carton, don't buy the Atkinson's full of sugar alcohol. Buy the Premier or the EAS Carb Control. Processed meats, monosodium glutamate. I mean, a little bit of pepperoni every now and then ain't going to kill you. But if you're eating processed meats every day and eating bologna and Spam and stuff like that, that MSG is going to impact your blood pressure, also impact your blood sugar. And then the other thing is sugar-free gum has sugar alcohol. It has about 2 grams of carbohydrates per piece, sometimes 1. So if I have 20 of them, then I've got 40 carbohydrates in the course of a day. What does that mean? That means I'm not in ketosis. So these are some of the reasons that the ketogenic diet may not be working for you. But please understand, By Design isn't traditional ketogenic. We tailor a plan based off your individual needs. Everybody's different. I got some people who have 50 carbohydrates a day and lose weight like crazy. I got some people I got to take to 0 carbs. Anyway, listen, if you need help, if you're tired of being sick, if you're tired of being overweight, if you're tired of struggling, if you tried the ketogenic diet, I got about 10 clients that were stuck on the ketogenic diet. Stuck because they were doing all the wrong things. Reach out to me. Let me help you. $30 a week is all it costs to get started, or $129 a month. If you want the supplement package, it's $249. Very, very affordable, especially when you start saving all this money on your groceries bill. Anyway, God bless you richly the only way you can be blessed through his only born son, Jesus the Christ.